It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be building the best squad right now that you guys can assemble in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. The squad that if the $250,000 tournament was today, or if they had another one, I would be going out there with. Now, it's important to note this squad probably costs a little over 10 million MT, so obviously take that, for what it's worth. But if you had, let's say, endless amounts of money, this is the squad I would be putting together. Now, before we dive any further into it, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. For me personally, our starting point guard is Magic Johnson, Invincible. Now, I'm going to plug in another point guard in the 11th spot when we get there, who I think, you guys could substitute if you don't like Magic. I just personally like Magic. I've always liked Magic, though. I mean, I know his pass style is weird. Like, he'll throw some crazy passes sometimes. But for me, I think he's one of the most complete point guards in the game, okay? He's 6'9". Why is that important? Well, he can guard your opponent's primary ball handler, okay? It's big that he can do that. So if you're up against, let's say, a T-Mac or a Tim Thomas or, I don't know, whoever they're running their offense through, LaMelo, Magic can be your primary lockdown defender, which, again, I think is really, really important when you do indeed build the squad that I'm trying to assemble. At the shooting guard position, we're plugging in Invincible T-Mac. Some people would say, oh, Ty, but the Radiant T-Mac is better. In my opinion, the Invincible T-Mac is not only the best shooting guard in the game, a top 3 overall card in my team. Yes, you want to save MT, the Radiant T-Mac is nearly just as good. But if we're talking about if the $250,000 tournament was today, or if I'm trying to build my best overall squad in my team, Invincible T-Mac has a spot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There should be no questions asked. I mean, he is one of the most complete overall cards in the game. Can move incredibly. He's going to be your bucket getter in this squad. I mean, yes, Magic can get you that occasional bucket, but Tracy McGrady really is going to be the offense with this starting unit. At the small forward position, Chet Holmgren. Now, yes, some people argue that he's not even the best small forward in the game. I think it's close. You can debate Chet or the guy that I'm going to plug in my backup small forward position. The way I see it, Chet gives you maybe a little more offense. He has a quick release, those type of things. Still, meanwhile, great defensively. I like Chet in my team. I don't have him just because he's, locking in the set is expensive. It's probably not worth it for you specifically to do. But Chet is absolutely elite, absolutely incredible. And if you got Chet or have played against him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. At the power forward position, Manute Bol, 7'7". Best overall card in my team. I mean, is he worth the price? No. But he's the best card in the game. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. He's 7'7", gonna be incredibly good defensively because of his frame. Meanwhile, he shoots over everybody. And the way I see it, right, if you switch any screen, it's over with because Manute's either gonna get a free board or he's gonna shoot over whoever you switch on to him. And it's just a nightmare. Manute is an absolute nightmare to play against because the card doesn't miss. He knocks down shots. He gets every rebound. I mean, he is literally a nightmare to play against. Starting center position, I mean, I'm going with Yao. Obviously, there's another big who is going to be my backup center who I also do love a lot. I do think it's tough to beat the hero Yao with a base 40 Hall of Fame badges, though. I just think that's so tough to beat. The Yao and Manute duo is one everybody watching this video hates playing against, but I hate to break it to you, it's the best power forward center duo in my opinion when it does get down to it. The scary part, when you look at my starting unit, the average height is what? About 7'1". Everybody can make plays. Everybody can knock down shots. Everybody is an absolute cheeseball. Then you move to the bench unit, and this might surprise some people, but at my bench point guard, I'm going with LaMelo Ball. I think it's important to have LaMelo somewhere on your squad. Now, why? Let's talk about it. Because when you talk about some of the best point guards in the game, I'll just plug in my 11th spot right now so we can add him into the conversation. It's Hero Ben Simmons. Here's the deal. Alongside Tracy McGrady, you don't necessarily need a point guard to make a lot of plays. That's why I'm plugging in Magic Johnson. But you also could go Ben Simmons. You could go Jokic if you want. I just think Magic is the most complete option, especially defensively as far as guarding the ball. Now, LaMelo Ball, why do I like him a lot too? Because he can guard the ball. And everybody sleeps on LaMelo Ball defensively. Everybody. And I'm here to tell you, I don't know if it's his tendencies. I don't know what it is. LaMelo gets absolutely incredible animations. He does. It's the way it is. He blocks shots, gets crazy contests, gets bump animations. He gets everything on the court. I love LaMelo Ball. I actually still have him on my Xbox account to this day. He would play for me, no questions asked. At the shooting guard, this is one that pains me. I'm going with Hero Tim Thomas, and I'm also going to plug in my 12th spot, which is Invincible Scottie Pippen. Here's the deal. In the meta of my team right now, you got to run your offense through your shooting guard. That's the meta of my team, okay? Can you run your offense through Scottie Pippen? I think you probably could, possibly. It's just a little harder to do so. Whereas with Tim Thomas, he is an absolute bucket getter, and he's 6'10", which gives you a little more height compared to Scottie Pippen. That's why I'm plugging in Tim Thomas. I love Scottie Pippen. I'd love for him to be in this squad builder, in my best squad in the game. I just don't think I can. I just don't think he fits what I'm trying to specifically do with my squad. But with the backcourt of LaMelo and Tim Thomas, run your offense through Tim Thomas, but LaMelo, he still can get you that occasional bucket, which I do think is important to have on the court. Have LaMelo guard ball, TT play lane to 6'10". I think you got a pretty good duo. Now, some people might ask, Ty, why don't you just move Scottie Pippen to the 3? Well, the problem is we've got Bol and Chet in my team. That's the problem. If Bol and Chet weren't out, sure, I just move Invincible Scottie Pippen to the 3. But they're both in my team, and height runs the game, so I can't really just, do that. It's not that easy to do. Bol's 7'2". Gonna knock down shots, play lanes. I don't necessarily love Bol's release. Like, as I've used Bol, I'm just like, I like the card. I don't love his release. Everything else about him, though, I like. Everything else about Bol, I have no complaints on. Plays lanes, absolutely incredible defensively. Even movement-wise is incredible. He can get you that late in the shot clock kind of cheese bucket if you do need him to go get you one. Again, I do like Bol. I like Chet. There's really no room to start Scottie Pippen. At the bench power forward, this should be a no-brainer, Invincible Shaq. I saw DBG the other day tweet that Shaq is better than Manu. Is that true? No. But Shaq is really good. And so I know some people are like, imagine paying $50 for an Invincible Shaq. Well, the way I think about it is, Shaq can play, let's say you don't have Manu, okay? Shaq can play until the end of time. Which, not the end of time, but the end of 2K23. So you're paying $50 for a top power forward in my team that right now is going for $700,000 MT. You break that down individually, that's basically $7 or $8 per 100K that you save. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad deal to get Shaq. Anyways, I'm not recommending doing it because I personally didn't do it. I've got enough MT elsewhere. It's like on my account. I'm just saying, it's not the worst deal. Here's Shaq, though. 7'1", wide player model. Incredible release. You can't get much more. And then at the center position, Rick Smits. Rick Smits, Yao, I think they're interchangeable. Some people might argue Yao better. A lot of people are going to argue Rick Smits better. I still don't know. Rick Smits offensively, as far as a release, way better than Yao. But Yao is 7'6", probably going to maybe play a little better defense. I don't think you can go wrong either way, though. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. I'm so happy, so glad I got Rick Smits. He's one of the best centers in my team. KCP base on very quick. Absolutely elite. But that's my top 12. And so you guys might be asking, well, Ty, who's in the 13th spot? Free card bias or not, I'm plugging in Artis Gilmore. Because here's the deal. My thing is, who's your next best power forward center in my team? You could plug in Taco, but Taco can't play both. And so I'm giving it to Artis Gilmore overall as my next best option. And again, maybe it's free card bias. I don't care, but that's who I'm going with. That's who I'm giving it to, is Mr. Big Artis Gilmore, who a lot of people might not love his release. But let's say you can get past the release, because I'm past the release. I don't mind the release of Artis. I actually like Artis' release. He's tall, he plays lanes well, gets good animations, good speed, great everything is Artis Gilmore, especially badge-wise. I definitely do like and rate the card pretty highly. So, if the $250,000 MyTeam tournament was today, this would be my top 13 guys that I would go out there with. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments because I'm sure you guys are going to agree with some of these while disagree with others. So I'm very interested to hear your guys' take on this. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are doing that. As always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.